As summer approaches its end, it appears the coronavirus is subsiding. Businesses, including cinemas, are expected to open very soon, just in time for Tenet and the New Mutants.
Okay.
As vaccines are becoming a reality, cinemas are expected to open again just in time for Christmas.
To whom it may concern, it seems to me that after the unusually dry movie year of 2020, the thing that would finally make movies come back to us was indeed the model of releasing them simultaneously in theaters and on streaming services, even though the latter is probably what's, safest to do. Like, you know, you can just release your movies online, you know, it's, a lot of people just wanna consume from their couch and maybe, I don't know, just leave the theaters for art house screenings and, you know.
Yeah, okay, I release it online, but can I make it extra expensive?
No, you can just put it online there. It's gonna be beneficial for you either way. You are Disney.
Yeah, but I wanna release it in theaters and make most money.
I do think releasing it online is better.
Let's try it both ways.
And yes, to the disappointment of many, especially Movie Bob, 2020 was indeed a year of great uncertainty as to how we distribute films in a post-COVID world, resulting, of course, in astonishingly few cape-shit movies and pointless remakes. And you might say this was a good thing for consumers because it made them a bit more likely to seek out foreign and indie and obscure films. But come on, we can't have that. So now, with the simultaneous theater release and streaming release model, it appears that the cash grab train is rolling again, and oh boy, I am excited for Cruella and all of the rest. Now I think enough people have already joked about this particular trailer online. I don't know why people think this is gonna be the quote-unquote female Joker when we've already had the likes of Promising Young Woman and Invisible Man, but maybe, I don't know, maybe it's the makeup that really takes the point home. I kind of feel like just looking through what else the big mouse is planned for us. Maybe some of these won't even come to fruition because, like, I haven't seen that many people respond to the Cruella trailer with,
"Oh my god, I've waited for this movie since the last remake. Tag someone you have to see this with. Oh my god, finally."
And instead people are kind of mocking the idea of taking another icon of villainy and asking, hey, maybe she was just like misunderstood and abused and we just shouldn't judge this classic personification of nastiness there. What if it's actually the patriarchy's fault and she was misunderstood Ella this whole time? That being said, I am gonna look at the ones that have been announced, whether or not they'll come to pass, so let's see what we can expect. Okay, so after Cruella we got The Little Mermaid. You know, it's one of those films where Disney employ one of their smarter marketing tactics of causing outrage online between people who think that the choice of recasting The Little Mermaid with a black actress is either the most epically necessary move for progress or the Western culture is gonna go to shit because we're erasing white people to be replaced entirely, I guess. I don't have a ton to say about this one. I just want to tell people who hate this movie, even though we have exactly zero footage of it, you are allowed to say that you just don't want to see black people in films. Like, you don't have to do this whole spiel where you argue against the scientific legitimacy of skin evolving to a point where it would look this dark when the person in question lives underwater. Like, do you really think it's strange that people look at you funny when you can buy the idea of a singing, talking underwater sea princess who can speak with fish and crustaceans and object to the credibility of it only when the epidermis hue happens to be tinted differently than what you would have expected? If you believe in the argument you are making, the mermaid would actually look more something like this, but that is not the argument you are making because questionable science is not the problem you have with this casting choice. Like, you don't even have to do all this. I would agree with you that it's simply a pointless decision that doesn't make a pointless live-action remake any less pointless. The only reason I would wanna see this movie is if they actually do the Hans Christian Andersen ending this time where... I guess I won't spoil it, but she dies. I mean, there's other arguments against this casting, obviously, like how Disney are actually the real racists here because they're actually harming ginger representation by changing the way she looks, or how, wow, this is gonna make fans really sad because it's gonna look different from the character they love. Wow, I wish there was something we could do about that. And also the argument of how, hey man, it's a Danish book. There haven't been that many black people in Scandinavia, especially not back in the day. Don't you see that this daughter of two Greek mythological gods, who is also too stupid to know what a fork is actually a Danish person? Why am I making fun of this? That does sound like a Dane to me, actually. Sweden gang, rise up.
Dansk jävlar.
Dansk jävlar!
Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities.
I'm starting to feel like kind of a sucker here because I'm one of the people who said that the Jon Favreau Jungle Book was one of the less pointless remakes Disney has done. Like, even though the first Jungle Book, like the first 101 Dalmatians, is a film that has already been remade, I actually did think there were some legit smart changes in the Jon Favreau movie there, or at least some really, really legendary ones.
I wanna be like you.
I'm not really sure what you can do with a sequel. Like, maybe we're gonna get the first sequel remade this time. I think Shere Khan's gonna have a hard time coming back from the way he was defeated in the live-action version. Maybe we'll get to see him in flashbacks, when he was palling around with his best friends Baloo and Bagheera. That's a great idea, Disney. Hire me. No. Okay, so Mark Webb is gonna make a live-action Snow White, and you can tell that Disney know how gullible people get when you dangle something they have already been shown in front of them. Because, guess what? This one's gonna get a sequel.
Follow me to a place where incredible feats are...
Now, a lot of people really like the live-action Aladdin, like how the characters were way more interesting and expressive, and how well rendered the Will Smith genie was, and how exciting the climax was, because, I mean, an entire balcony was at stake, you guys. You cannot tell me you weren't at the edge of your fucking seat. So it only makes sense that this one gets a follow-up. I mean, there's a lot to pick from in the original Disney Aladdin franchise. Maybe we'll get some Abu Bismal, we'll get some Mosenrath, we'll get, oh god. Yes, please, actually, yeah. This one's gonna be a little bit different, isn't it? Bambi, perfect, great. This one I also approve of, not because Bambi is a bad movie that needs to be retold. Lord knows I am having a hard time saying that about any of these. The reason I am looking forward to it is because I want to see how people react to seeing that one sequence when it involves a real-looking cute animal. So the last one on the list of films that are supposedly gonna come out in theaters is Hercules. I know people have problems with the original Hercules, you know, there's that famous Doug Walker video where he questions some of the choices. You know how it imagines this ancient tale of Greek heroism as a satire of American big city life and sports commercialism, while also referencing Rocky and Superman and involving gospel and the imagery of Gerald Scarfe. But there is a reason for pretty much all of this, and I would advise you to check out the Shea Frillas video on the matter. All I gotta say is that because this film is so unique and stylistically distinct, it's gonna become even more obvious how much we should cherish it when we see it remade into what I assume will be yet another boring looking swords and sandals joint where everything looks just kind of brown.
Disappointed!
Okay, so we got the Disney Plus films next. I did know a little bit about the Peter Pan remake already, I even kind of joked about that, you know. I did not know that it was gonna be directed by the guy who made A Ghost Story.
Who here has kids? Your kids are gonna die. Yours too. Hey, just saying, they're all gonna die.
Pinocchio is one that I didn't know of, or at least I thought and hoped maybe this was gonna be the one that Guillermo del Toro is doing, but knowing him, he's probably gonna stick closer to the fucked upness of the book, so, you know, looking forward to that one. This one's gonna be by Robert Zemeckis, so, you know, I can only hope he has at the very least gotten the mocap shit out of his system. Sword in the Stone. Okay. Robin Hood. Oh god, please change nothing about the character designs, like, that's outside of making them look more realistic. I have got to see how the internet reacts to this. Look, I know this goes against how necessary you deem CGI to be, but I promise you more people will go see this film if you just use fursuits. Please, Disney, listen to me. This is gonna be fucking amazing. Untitled What are you doing now? Last on the list is Lilo and Stitch. You know what? Fine. Whatever. Just make everything. Fuck it. There's a couple of things I would develop a bit more in that film's third act. And who knows, maybe they'll make a live-action remake of the entire TV series that followed, where we got to see all of the other experiments. Now, the only thing I have left to cover on my extremely trustworthy source is the chapter titled Possible Projects. A live-action film about Tinkerbell with Victoria Strauss writing the script and Reese Witherspoon playing Tinkerbell is in the works. It was reported that a live-action spin-off of Prince Charming hold on, which one? Is in development with Steven writing and directing. A prequel to Aladdin titled Genius by Mark Swift. Why is this called Possible Projects? All of it is stupid, so you know it's gonna get made.
But there are times when a critic truly risks something, and that is in the discovery and defense of the new. The world is often unkind to new talent, new creations. The new needs friends.